Yes, the world went not only mad but bad at the Grammys this week, the award show that is supposed to be all about the best in music, but of course turned out to be just another Trump-bashing woke fest. Once upon a time, the Grammys were cool and hip, but this year was quite literally a clown show, both on and off the red carpet. We're used to pop stars dressing in silly clothes, but this particular outfit by Heidi Klum took it to new levels of idiocy.
Hi, Heidi.
Just as half-witted were these opening comments by host Trevor Noah, falsely suggesting Donald Trump visited Jeffrey Epstein's island.
That is a Grammy that every artist wants, almost as much as Trump wants Greenland. Which makes sense. I mean, because Epstein's island is gone, he needs a new one to hang out with Bill Clinton, so...
Well, Donald Trump is now threatening to sue Trevor Noah big time, so he will almost certainly come to regret those idiotic comments. A high price to pay for a smattering of meaningless lefty applause. But even worse than that, in my humble opinion, was the woeful music. This miserable tuneless dirge about Wild Flowers by Billie Eilish, more about her in a second, won Song of the Year.
I'd never ask who was better, 'cause she couldn't be.
And the record of the year, I'm not quite sure what the distinction there is, went to another dirge about flowers.
Come and put that on my soul.
Sounds exactly the same to me. But anyway, as 1980s Grammy nominee Frank Stallone, yes, Sylvester's brother, lamented, "Where were all the rock stars?"
I have to admit, last night was the worst Grammys I've ever seen. When I was nominated in '83, it was a real industry type thing. I mean, I was there, Prince was there, The Police, Michael Jackson, Lionel Richie, and some other great acts. Maybe I'm getting old. I didn't know any of these acts. I don't know any of their music. Lamar, whatever his name is, how many, 6 Grammys?
Join the club. Cher, remember her, a former Grammy winner? Cher got a bit confused with the auto-cue and announced the winner as Luther Vandross, an artist who's been dead for 2 decades.
Oh, the Grammy goes to Luther Vandross!
An understandable mistake, of course, because the winning song sampled one of Vandross's hits. Nothing is original these days. Drives me mad. But what was truly lamentable about this horror show was the fact that despite all the virtue signalling to a vast global audience, these sanctimonious, pampered elites did not devote or dedicate a single moment to the hundreds of thousands of Iranians risking their lives for freedom and the thousands of brave young protesters, many of them women, fed up with Islamist oppression, who have been murdered by the Ayatollahs just these past few weeks.
If conservatives and moderates were allowed to voice their viewpoints at award shows like the Grammys, you would have heard something about Iran and the 30,000 plus people who have been eliminated by the Islamic regime this year. This is the largest act of state violence since the Holocaust, and there was no mention made at the Grammys. What you did hear about was ICE over and over and over again.
Yes, ICE, not of the vanilla variety, but Trump's immigration and customs enforcement laws. They were the sole focus of lefty outrage, all their little badges. Here's the aforementioned Billie Eilish attacking Donald Trump's administration's deportation policy.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Proving why singers should stick to writing lyrics where ice rhymes with nice and June rhymes with spoon, Billie's double woke Grammy whammy rapidly became the subject of much online mirth and mockery.
Oh, look, another gated community pop star with a $14 million mansion has some deep intellectual insights to share with us plebes.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
I'm sure people without proper ID were let into the award show since it was on
Stolen land.
Indeed, before you could say Billy Airhead, the New York Post, along with many others, were suggesting that this privileged pop princess hand over her multi-million-dollar real estate assets sitting squarely on so-called stolen Native American land. In her case, that of the Tavonga tribe. Even here in Australia, online provocateur Drew Pavlou hopped on a plane to California to help relieve Billy of her burdensome stolen property empire.
Big news, everybody. I've decided today to move into Billie Eilish's $6 million Malibu beachside mansion. She announced today at the Grammys that no human being is illegal on stolen land.
But when it comes to stolen land, this young TikToker said it best.
The whole nobody is illegal on stolen land argument is bullshit. First of all, not one single place, not one single city, country, anything on this earth is owned by its original owners. Second of all, the part of Mexico that is now the US was bought. Third of all, the Native American land that was stolen was conquered, which is kind of just how the world worked at the time. And by the way, Native American tribes conquered land from each other. So I don't see you talking to other Native Americans saying, oh, you should give your land back to that tribe.
She's smarter than so many others. The AI mob, of course, had a field day as well.
No one is illegal on stolen land.
Oh my God, she's so brave.
And fans even used AI to make the speech look like something out of South Park.
Like, no one's illegal on stolen land, so we should just defense the whole country. Except my mansion, but everything else is free.
Other online comedians have gone to town on the hypocrisy of the ever so compassionate stars.
I can use my platform to speak out against how people are being treated right now. What the f***? Can you not step on my dress? Your job is to carry my dress.
Others pointed out how Billie Eilish seems not to be aware of the rather obvious hypocrisy about her attacking Donald Trump over his anti-immigration policies, yet last year Billie Eilish was running around Ireland seemingly supporting the Irish anti-immigrant movement.
I am not from here, but it's really cool to come somewhere and like everybody looks exactly like you.
Everybody looks exactly like you, Billy. I'm not sure this girl is the sharpest note on the Dorian scale. Of course, here in Australia, we have the same sort of idiotic pop stars screeching about how our nation, Australia, is on stolen land. Pay the rent. We all need to pay the rent. As yet, I haven't seen any of those pop stars hand over their multi-million-dollar mansions to the local Indigenous tribes either. Hilariously, an LA eviction firm has now offered pro bono legal services to that local tribe to get Eilish evicted from her home, from their land. Quote, Eilish's admission that she lives on stolen land gives the tribe a rightful action for possession as the true owner of the property, the law firm says. Brilliant. Perhaps we could try something similar here with all those preening always was, always will be stolen land celebrities. Hand over your houses first, folks. Join the queue. But it's not all doom and gloom in the world of pop music. This week belongs unequivocally to the one pop star who didn't bother with the Grammys but dominated social media. I mentioned her last week on this show, Nicki Minaj, when she proudly came out in support of Donald Trump.
I am probably the president's #1 fan. And that's not going to change.
Because of that act of heresy, Trevor Noah, the host at the Grammys, decided to use the Grammys, multi-million audiences and so on, to belittle and demean Nicki Minaj, with the whole woke lynch mob, aren't they disgusting, joining in denigrating and even fat-shaming her.
Nicki Minaj is not here. She is not here. She is still at the White House with Donald Trump discussing very, important issues. Actually, Nicki, I have the biggest ass. I have it. Everybody's saying it, Nicki. I know they say it's you, but it's me. Wop, wop, wop. Look at it. Look at it, baby.
Maybe Nicki should sue as well. Charming stuff. Which just shows how demented, demonic and deranged today's Democrat-obsessed celebrities are. A baying pack of hyenas who will turn on anyone who doesn't share their pathetic political dogmas. Same here in Australia, by the way. But just, anyway, who is Nicki Minaj? She's well known for her raunchy rap videos and her curvaceous assets. Here is one of her videos which has had over 1 billion views on YouTube.
Oh, you got my heartbeat running away. Beating like a drum and it's coming your way. Can't you hear that boom, 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 boom?
OK, but Minaj has always been highly critical of the shallowness of Hollywood, once hinting at some very sinister and dark goings-on in Hollywood.
I didn't even want to call the ambulance because I thought, well, if I call an ambulance, it's going to be on TMZ. And I would rather sit there and die. And it made me realize I don't care anymore what anybody got to say. I'ma do me.
Her friend, Joy Villa, another conservative rapper who actually we've had here on Outsiders on Sky News, she came out in support.
I love Nicki. I've always loved Nicki. Those on the inside knew Nicki was secretly conservative. So when she came out, it was like, the Barbs already knew. I love Nicki Minaj.
And since the shameful Grammys, Minaj's popularity has surged. She even now has Donald Trump's Secretary of the Treasury, wait for it, Scott Bessent, appearing in one of her videos. Yes, it truly is a world gone mad, and a pretty funny one at that.